Word in these internet streets is that we are getting World War Hawk. Yes, finally, World War Hawk. I have not been able to go through this article, so much news dropping as of late, but when I heard this break and some of the details in it, and we're going to go over it, I was just like, wow, they're adding and this is a film that I didn't even have on my 31 projects that they were working on, which, by the way, I actually came up with 33, but this was not one of the 33, nor the 31 confirmed that they're working on. But if this is one of them, that means that another one is getting bumped out. So what is really going on? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Armand here for E equals MCU. And it's been reported by The Direct, and I have the Charles Murphy Murphy's Multiverse article up here. I just want to go over it with you guys real quickly. It says World War Hawk, what it could and should be. With the news that World War Hawk is in development at Marvel Studios, we break down what a live-action adaptation needs to be to succeed. On Wednesday, Geeks Worldwide broke the news that the next time we could potentially see Mark Ruffalo's Jade Green Giant in a film adaptation of World War Hawk that will spring out of Disney Plus's upcoming She-Hulk series releasing in 2022. With a World War Hawk movie in the making, Anthony and Dalbin break down what a feature adaptation of the comic could and should be. All right, so here's Anthony. There's always been a fascination from the comic book community about a World War Hawk adaptation would look like on the big screen. Does it need to be comics canon? Not completely. Some things are necessary though. We need to see Bruce Banner at odds with the Avengers physically. We got a taste of that in Age of Ultron as Hulk took on Veronica the Hulkbuster, but that didn't have the emotional stakes that one could potentially have. Whether it's an accident or something more significant, Bruce could be at odds with one of the more powerful leaders of the Avengers, maybe a throwdown with Captain Marvel since he doesn't have her number anyways, or perhaps a rematch with Thor. All of the possibilities are tantalizing, the difference being that this time there's personal stakes attached. Even seeing something like Hulk and his brethren take on multiple Avengers could have catastrophic consequences for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It also would be extremely compelling, bringing grit and grime the Hulk has been way overdue for. This is also potentially a great way for Mark Ruffalo to end his run as the Hulk. He's getting a bit older, and maybe he doesn't want to do this forever. A story like this would be a satisfying conclusion to his arc if Marvel Studios and Ruffalo chose to go that route. However it goes, World War Hulk has the potential to change the fabric of the Marvel Cinematic Universe storytelling as we know it. Wow, I do not want Mark Ruffalo to leave though. But goes on to say, Dalbin. She-Hulk, the Disney Plus 10-part series, is shrouded in some mystery, but what we know is that star Tatiana Maslany as the lead heroine and Jamila Jamil as the villainous Titania. They're the newcomers joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but the show is equally as important for who is returning. Fresh off appearing in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, The Abomination, and a new, now human Bruce Banner will feature in She-Hulk as Jennifer Walters' cousin. It's no surprise we'll see Banner, but last we saw Emil Blonsky. He was no longer in a S.H.I.E.L.D. holding facility. He was most likely on board the raft, but that was never confirmed. Instead, he had just fought Wong in the underground fight club, and the new leader of the Ten Rings was overseeing. He and Wong left through a portal as Wong was training him on how to be a more effective fighter. However, it's never been made clear as to why Wong is training Abomination. That's a good question. Could the Abomination, who is now free, be recruited by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Val, for whatever her endgame is, which is what I suspect? Does she send Blonsky after She-Hulk? More importantly, is Banner then forced to transform into the Hulk and defend his cousin from the two superpower villains? Banner is the one whose appearance in Shang-Chi post-credit scene raised even more eyebrows. No, not because Jolly Green seemed to be serving in a leadership role post-Endgame and with Captain Marvel and Wong, but because he was human. Yes, his arm was in a sling, but he was very much Mark Ruffalo. What happened post-Endgame that split Hulk and Banner after Banner spent time post-Infinity War bringing them together? And how do we get from Banner to a leadership role to Banner potentially being exiled off Earth Prime? What if it isn't the Hulk we know? Could we be getting ready to see the introduction of the Immortal Hulk, a Bruce Banner whose timeline mirrors the Banner from Earth Prime until the one below all possesses him? This Hulk in the comics actually killed the son of Sue Storm and Reed Richards. Yes, the Franklin that tried to save the multiverse. An all-powerful Hulk unhinged is strong enough to be jettisoned off-world, but what if stopping at one Hulk isn't enough? What if She-Hulk, Hulkling, and other Hulk-like characters are blasted off Earth Prime as well? With the multiverse opening up following the events of Loki, what we thought we knew about the Marvel Cinematic Universe no longer applies. After all, Secret Invasion is heading our way soon, and it could pave the way for even more Skrulls to descend upon Earth and reveal themselves. Everything has within the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been leading to this, yet it's hard to believe we are ready for Marvel Studios has its store for Hulk. And it says that World War Hulk will enter production sometime 2022. A release date is yet to be announced. All right, couple things off of this. I am under the belief now that Secret Invasion is not necessarily regarding the Skrulls, excuse me. I think this might actually be a multiverse Secret Invasion, and with multiple characters or multiversal characters taking the place or seemingly taking the place of the heroes that we know. In that instance, that would explain why Banner was back to being just Banner. Maybe he can't transform back into the Hulk. And maybe we get a Hulk from a different multiverse that comes, and that's the Hulk that the Illuminati has to exile, since there were reports that the Illuminati would be made up of multiversal heroes and not just heroes from Prime Earth. That would make the Secret Invasion show make way more sense as to everything that's going on and relevant, and that would play into this dominant Hulk they're talking about with World War Hulk. I think that's the way they're going. Now, the whole thing with Shang-Chi and the Abomination, that didn't make sense to me. I just figured that we were going to get explanation on that as to why Wong was helping him and why he was out, because Wong's relationship is actually quite crucial within the Avengers, because I don't know, he's almost like the glue. He's almost like the replacement for Coulson, in a sense that he kind of connects a lot of different people. And as you saw there in the post-credit scene, him talking to Captain Marvel and to Banner, their relationship is obviously there from Infinity War. So I don't think he would be messing around with Abomination if Banner didn't know or didn't approve, or, that all has to be explained. That really does have to be explained. But the She-Hulk show, I think all of the shows they're working on are going to be gold. I'm looking forward to every single one of them. They have not announced one thing that I am not excited for. And maybe I'm just a Marvel slappy, you know what I mean? Like, I still haven't got a Shield check, so I don't know. But each show that they're producing and coming up with sounds intriguing to me in different ways. I can see how all of them are going to be a little different from each other. And then the stories that they're telling and leading up to for bigger events that's to come down the road. I'm just ready for all of this to finally, get going. But if they start production next year, I think we could look for Hulk probably in 2024, one of those 2024 dates. So, I mean, there you go. I still no Avengers, nothing said about the Avengers, but it's been long time rumored that the Abomination and whoever Julia Dreyfus, I just call her Elaine, whoever her character, whatever team she's putting together, I believe it's either going to be the Dark Avengers or the Thunderbolts. And that's who the Abomination is ultimately working for. Will they get a movie announced or a Disney Plus show? And that was the other thing too about this, is because the rights to the Hulk, last we knew, were still with Universal. So either they struck a deal and paid to get the rights back so that Disney could do a movie on it, or Disney's using a loophole and they're going to produce a movie, World War Hulk movie, for Disney Plus. And then this goes back to what I've been saying about this Premier Access stuff. That is very intriguing to me, because they may just do a movie for Disney Plus, because you can do movies on Disney Plus. Everything doesn't have to be in show format. So that's what I'm starting to lean towards and what I'm thinking maybe going on with this, because when I did my 2024 and 2023 dates, I don't see any room for a World War Hawk on there. And if they're going in production next year, I highly doubt they're going to wait till 2025, although with the way things are going with the delays, who knows. But let me know down in the comment section, guys, what do you think about the idea of World War Hawk being on Disney Plus? Would that work for you? And I'm going to send out a poll on that, because I'm kind of wondering how people would feel about a World War Hawk on Disney Plus. But like I've always said, Disney has to get themselves together on this whole streaming thing and how they plan on attacking it, because right now it ain't working. So anyways, if you liked the video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and until next time.